Okay, so now that you have a scenario, a table of values, and a graph, I want you to go ahead and write a function that represents your scenario. So for me, it's a pretty straightforward equation. Again, all exponential functions are of the form y equals a times b to the x, where a is not 0, b is greater than 1, and b is not 0. So a is a coefficient. We'll talk about that in a second. Most likely you will not be dealing with a right now. You will just have some base to the exponent. But if you think you may need a coefficient, you can ask me for help if you're stuck on that. But for me, my A is just 1, right? I started out 1. The first week, it was 3 people, and then the second week, it was triple that, and so on and so forth. So I have a pretty easy equation. It's just y equals 3 to the x, right? For the first week, and I will kind of break this down in case you're still having issues with this. But again, it's really similar to my example with the rabbits, right? The first week, my input was 1, my first week. I talked to my output, y, was equal to 3 to the 1, or just 3 people. And then when my input was 2, week 2, my output was then those 3 people times another 3 people, because they each talked to 3 people, which is 3 times 3, or 3 squared, which is 9. Okay, and then so on and so forth. So whatever my base is, it's how many people each person talked to, and then x is how many weeks into this process I was. So my function is y equals to the 3x. So go ahead, write an equation for your own topic scenario. Take a photo in your notebook, and I will